The following program is a Town of Colony television production of the William K. Sanford Town Library.
Well, good morning, everyone. As always, I'm very honored to stand before you as I begin my sixth term, as Mark said, the 11th year as your town supervisor. It's great to be here, and all of you have played a big part in the town's success, and I thank you for your support. And looking ahead, I see more great things for Colony. I want to thank the Chamber for hosting today's event, especially my good friends Mark Egan, your new Capital Region Chair Paula, and Albany-Colonie Chair Andrea Crisafulli, plus all your directors and staff. It's always a pleasure to work with you. I also appreciate the support of Tom Nolte as the Colony Chair in being here today. Also want to thank CBRE Albany and HMS Agency for sponsoring this event once again. I really look forward to having this chance to update all of you on the state of the town and where we are today. When I think about where the town is now, all I can say is, look how far we've come. I'm truly thrilled by how vibrant Colony is today. When I first became supervisor 10 years ago, it was difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But with a collaborative effort and a tremendous amount of hard work, we got the town out of a very deep financial hole. And today, we're on solid ground and experiencing unprecedented success. Thank you. New families, businesses, and jobs come to Colony every day. The look of the town has changed. Instead of big box stores, we're seeing architecture that enhances our streetscapes. Because of our successful focus on redevelopment, countless vacant or underused sites have been reborn, breathing new life into our commercial corridors. And today, Colony offers a huge variety of goods and services, including an exciting mix of new residential options. Colony is truly prospering. The beauty of it all is that we've retained our hometown feeling, and that's something we never want to lose. Our neighborhoods are safe and welcoming, our schools are excellent, and our public safety and emergency services are outstanding. Plus, we're seeing an exciting influx of new young families who want to make Colony their home. Often, these families are buying the houses of seniors looking to downsize. And because of the town's many new senior housing options, those seniors can now remain here in Colony where they want to be. Once again, I am very proud when Colony was ranked the best suburban community in the 2017 Times Union's Readers Poll 4 years in a row. That's the 4th year, as I said, that we've been named the best community. And that's quite an accomplishment. And everyone, including everybody here, is a part of that honor. And last year, we were named a Tree City USA by the National Arbor Day Foundation, a designation that reflects the town's ongoing commitment to the environment and urban forestry. Over the past 10 years, we've increased our town-owned open space, and we currently are exploring options for a dedicated revenue stream for open space acquisition. We are also one of the safest towns in the nation, and our police, EMS, and DPW, that's Department of Public Works, have received many honors for excellence. Last year, our EMS department earned the American Heart Association's 2017 Mission Lifeline Gold Award for excellence in emergency cardiac care. We've received recognition and awards for our town library, our parks, for economic development, and our youth and senior programs. What great votes of confidence for life in Colony. We also got some very encouraging results in a Siena Research Institute poll conducted as part of our 2005 Comprehensive Plan Review process. In the poll, 95% of respondents rated Colony as a good or excellent place to live and showed strong support for town services. 86% said our property taxes were about right relative to services. It's pretty amazing when people think that they pay the right amount of taxes. I don't know if we'll ever hear that again, but it's pretty good. So we're going to hang on to that. It takes a lot of people working very hard to achieve such success. And I'd like to take a moment to thank some of the many people who helped make it possible. First, as Mark introduced, we have our town board members that are here today. And I'm always proud of the way our board members work together to move the town forward. And our town board members, if you'd stand once more for a round of applause, you've done a great job. We get a lot of work done. We have good conversation. We have lots of compromise, and it's really a hard-working team, and it's really incredible to see. So I really appreciate the work that they all do. I'd also like to recognize we had David Rowley, who, well, we'll say retired, but he's not really retired, but from the town board, and as Mark stated, our new member, Melissa Jeffers Von Dolan, is here with us today. So this is her first state of the town. And also Julie Gansel, our new town clerk. It's Julie's first state of the town. Many of you may remember Liz Del Toro. She's been in town government for about at least 20 years. And Liz is off to retirement, and she has a big smile on her face. So for some of you that have known Liz for years, when you see her, I'm sure that smile will still be there. Another great person that has done great things for Colony. And I want to give a special thanks to our town department heads and our staff that's here today. They work extremely hard and are very much a part of our success. If they could just stand for a moment, and let's give them a round of applause. Our town department heads and staff that are here this morning. I also see our former chief, Steve Heider's here with us. Thank you for being here, Steve. And I'd like to give my very special thanks to all of our officers and our EMS staff and firefighters from our 12 volunteer fire companies for their services. I thank them for all they do every day to keep us safe. And they make Colony a great place for all of us. And trust me, the challenges are tremendous, but they make it look easy. And speaking of keeping Colony safe, the Colony Police Department, and Chief Teal is here today, the Colony Police Department has some great numbers to report. In 2017, the town had a 3% drop in serious crime and a 10% drop in less serious crimes, for an overall total decrease of 6.7%. And the Colony Police Department was able to achieve these numbers in spite of a 3% increase in calls for service. So I thank you, Chief Teal, for your leadership and your outstanding officers for their service. We set the bar high, really high, and the results speak for themselves. We've built a strong foundation that will take us far into the future, but there's a lot more to do as we enter 2018. Our priorities remain the same: continuing our conservative financial approach, keeping Colony safe, investing in our infrastructure, and collaborating with our schools to set the stage for the next generation. We will also be working to ensure that future development protects our quality of life through growth that's in line with what makes Colony a special place to live and do business. In short, we plan to keep Colony a great place to call home. When I stop and think about it, the 10 years I've spent as supervisor is a pretty big block of time. Together, we have made tremendous accomplishments, and I'm very proud to report that our 2018 operating budget of $90.8 million is less than the $91.8 million in expenses incurred in the 2007 budget, the year before I took office. How were we able to do this? We did it year by year, reviewing every dollar spent by every department, consolidating operations, sharing resources, and aggressive paying down debt. And yes, we had to do a whole lot more with a lot less. So we owe a big debt of gratitude to everyone who helped to achieve these outstanding results. And I'm proud that our 2018 budget also meets the New York State tax levy cap requirements for the 7th year in a row. Incidentally, the 2018 cap limits our tax levy growth to about 808,000. So you can see the cap presents a big challenge for the town every year. Most people think that we receive millions of dollars for, say, a 2% tax increase, but it doesn't work that way. So when you look at 808,000 for our tax levy growth and compare that to health insurance went up about 900,000, you can see that that's a huge challenge because that's only one little piece of the budget. But you know, we managed to get through and work through it. We've worked very hard over the past 7 years to live within the cap, but it does present many challenges for us. And after right-sizing our finances, we were able to begin addressing the town's long-term infrastructure needs. Our infrastructure was in dire need of rejuvenation. Many critical systems of our water and sewer plants had been in place since the 1970s, and some of the water and sewer mains as early as the 1920s. This is the 5th year of major investments in both our water and sewer infrastructure, and the 9th year of our highway and stormwater improvement program. By the end of 2018, we will have invested $18 million for our drinking water systems and $14 million in sewer system improvements. The long-term infrastructure plans we've put in place will call for investment at these levels for the foreseeable future. We've invested at least $2.5 million in our roadways every year since 2010. And I'm happy to report that today 95% of the town's major feeder roads are in very good or excellent condition, and we're making steady progress with our residential streets. The town has 320 miles of roads, and it will take some time to get to all of them, but we're making good progress. I hope that within the next few years, we will be able to increase our paving plan budget above current levels, but that remains a goal for the future. And major upcoming projects at the Latham Water District this year include replacing almost 2 miles of water main in 2 main capital projects. The first includes replacing approximately 2,900 feet of main along Maxwell Road from Old Niskayuna Road to Hills Road, and 2,600 feet of main along Route 9 from Campus View Drive to Turner Lane with a new 12-inch diameter main. The second includes installing about 3,800 feet of new main along Route 9 from the point of Old Loudon Road to Maxwell Road. And as you know, that's a very busy business corridor, so it's very important for these projects to get done. The projects will cost $1.7 million and $1.63 million, respectively. Replacing water mains is expensive but necessary so we can continue delivering optimal service to our residents and businesses. At our Pure Waters Division, we expect a spring 2018 completion of a $1.2 million project to replace a 1978-era emergency generator and for roof repair at our Mohawk View Water Pollution Control Plant. And we also anticipate completion of the $1.9 million Wolf Road Pumping Station rehab, which is ongoing right now with no interruption to service right here on Wolf Road. Looking ahead to next year, Pure Waters plans further improvements at the pollution control plant, upgrades to the Albany Shaker Road pump station, and replacement of the $1 million worth of aging sewer lines. And these are projects that you know, a lot of people don't recognize because a lot of the work is going on at our plants or underground, but it really has a positive effect on our quality of life. And it also is a reason why businesses are attracted to the town of Colony, because you want to work someplace where you've got good infrastructure, because that's key. So we're putting an awful lot into that, and we will, as I've said, in the foreseeable future. We're also focusing on improving our many beautiful parks and recreational facilities. Among our first tasks was making some much-needed updates at the town park on Skirmerhorn Road. Recently, we installed new filtration systems and new pool liners for the town pools and a beautiful new ADA-compliant playground. And now we're finalizing our plans for a beautiful new splash pad there, and I think everyone's going to love it, especially the little ones. So you guys that are having new grandchildren, you're going to enjoy that. But you have to go under it with them. I want to see that, Rich. Yeah. You notice how I protected you, Paula? So. Plus, we're beginning a new effort to improve the 12 pocket parks located throughout the town. They've been there, I think, since the 60s, and you know, they're a real valuable pieces of open space in the town of Colony. And so these new things that we'll be doing there, the new equipment and cleanup, and is going to make a big difference for people in the neighborhoods. It's taken a while to get to the point where we can afford and make these improvements, but we've worked very hard to find a way. And even though we're undertaking much-needed capital improvements, we must still continue our conservative fiscal approach. First and foremost, we must ensure that the town can continue to live within its means for all the years to come. And that's why we've kept bonding for our capital projects to about 11% or less of our legally authorized debt limit. We're proceeding very cautiously in order to be certain our finances will remain sound and our taxes low. This year, I'm very happy to tell you we've been successful in obtaining grant funding from a number of different sources to assist us with important town projects. These grants will help us continue our progress in key areas such as economic development, and also to make additional capital improvements at our library, parks, bike path, municipal training center, and to the Latham water system infrastructure. A $960,000 drinking water infrastructure improvement grant is helping us move forward with an important infrastructure improvement at the Latham Water District. The grant will help defray the town's $1.6 million share of a project to establish connections between the Colony and the City of Albany water systems. These connections will enable both the town and the city to provide each other with an emergency backup water supply. This is an extremely far-sighted project. First, it provides for shared services, a very important goal for all municipalities these days. But most important, it will provide both Albany and Colony with much more efficient and cost-effective emergency water systems. And in our case, it will mean we will no longer have to support a more expensive, older backup system at our Stony Creek Reservoir in Clifton Park. And as you may know, we're now beginning some much-needed updating and beautification of our town library. The town expects to commit $3 to $4 million to renovate the library for the 21st century, which calls for an enhanced and more flexible space for meetings and educational services. Plus, we are extremely grateful to Colony Assemblyman Phil Steck for arranging a $1 million grant and special funding for the library renovation. The funding will be used for the renovation of the library's lobby and entryway. The new configuration will be beautiful, and I think everyone will be pleased when it's completed. Assemblyman Steck also arranged for $500,000 to fund capital improvements to the town's municipal training center, a regional training center where thousands of regions of first responders train every year. This is another example of shared services. In addition, through his efforts, the town will also receive special funding of $250,000 for improvements to the bike path and $125,000 to construct a much-needed new pavilion in the town park. Finally, we are really excited about a future $125,000 grant to construct a new playground at the south end of the crossings. This will greatly expand recreational options for our residents and help us realize the potential of the park's south end. The town will also construct a new parking lot there. On behalf of the town, I want to thank Assemblyman Steck for working so hard to deliver this support for Colony. And I know he couldn't be here today, but Thad Rutherford is here on his behalf. So Thad, if you would please extend him our gratitude and in helping us to achieve all of these great projects. So let's give Phil a round of applause. I also want to just give a shout out to my partners in Colony, Mayor Frank Leake from the Village of Colony and Mayor Meg Rainier from the Village of Manans. Thank you guys for being here this morning. Two other great people, great friends to work with, and I really enjoy working with them. And you know, we have a lot of good conversations. Mayor Leake keeps us laughing all the time. He's become the town's stand-up comedian, and but we have a good time and get a lot done. Along with the grants, last year we received a $175,000 grant from the New York State Attorney General's office to help the town deal more aggressively with the issue of vacant and abandoned, or what we call zombie properties. The new initiative builds upon our earlier efforts to confront this problem through creation of a vacant property registry. I want to thank the town attorney's office for their leadership in getting this grant and helping the town tackle the issue of zombie properties more aggressively. And finally, as you know, we've had great success redeveloping some of the town's most challenging sites. Now the town has begun the first steps in a process to determine the best ways for 340 acres of the Lincoln Avenue corridor to be redeveloped. The effort is being supported by a $269,000 Brownfield Opportunity Grant obtained by our Planning and Economic Development Department. Community outreach and involvement will be part of the process. I think we can all agree that the Lincoln Avenue corridor is a case unto itself. If we can help bring the corridor back to productive life, we'll have accomplished a huge public service for everyone. The town is also working on a project through the Municipal Electric and Gas Alliance, MEGA, and Gravity Renewables to use hydroelectric generation to earn green energy credits that will offset a significant portion of our electricity usage and help stabilize the town's energy costs over the next 20 years. We finalized the agreement with Gravity late last year, and their engineering team has been preparing information for the interconnection to the utility. The town's formal submittals to the utility will be made shortly, and I expect to have more information about this exciting project to be announced in the next few months. As many of you may know, the town has been reviewing its 2005 comprehensive plan since last summer. The review process has involved a broad-based review committee, community meetings, the Sienna survey I mentioned earlier, and regular meetings open to the public. This spring, we will also be looking to engage the business community through a breakfast roundtable because a business perspective is very important to the process. We are now looking at late spring or early summer completion of the review. The goal of the review is not to replace the 2005 plan, but to supplement it based on the review process. We have been following the 2005 plan in such areas as redevelopment, quality of life, open space, and recreational activities. The plan also directed the town to create a business-friendly environment that would support a diverse economic base, and I'm proud of our success in doing that, and you've all been a part of that as well. Many zoning provisions were changed to support the 2005 comprehensive plan goals through adoption of the 2007 land use law, and we now have an opportunity through the review process to determine if there are areas that should be updated or modified. Many things worked and some things didn't. This update of the 2005 plan gives us the opportunity to modify the areas of the plans that may need that improvement. When we look at ACO's recent decision to locate its new headquarters here, I think we can all point to our success in creating an environment supportive to Colony's economic development and expansion. That ACO chose Colony after an exhaustive search speaks volumes about our desirability. In addition to many very good jobs, and keeping many, over about 600 jobs in the town, the ACO project would also make possible a connector road between Route 9 and Route 9R. This connector road was recommended to the town during the Bout Road GEIS update, which was prepared in conjunction with Creighton Manning, the Capital District Transportation Committee, and Clough Harbor. We think the connector road will help reduce traffic congestion to the corridor. The results of several other studies are also being considered as part of the review process to ensure a more holistic approach to the plan's next phase. Among these are the town's Central Avenue and Fuller Road studies, the recent Wolf Road corridor sanitary and sewer analysis, and the Albany Airport GIS now being developed, as well as the Albany-Shaker Road corridor study. All these studies suggest land use and implementation processes that can guide us as we move into the future. We've made good progress on the Albany-Shaker Road corridor study, which we are conducting with Albany County and the Capital Region Transportation Council. We had 2 community meetings to present information and gather feedback about the possible scope of corridor improvements, such as turning lanes, intersection improvements, and enhanced pedestrian accommodations. Now we are working to incorporate those ideas into a long-term plan agreeable to the community that can help improve traffic flow. And speaking of traffic flow, we are really looking forward to the future revamped Exit 4, which will also help alleviate the traffic flow along Albany-Shaker Road and Wolf Road. Based on traffic counts provided by the New York State Department of Transportation, over 200,000 vehicles a day pass through Colony from Central Avenue and the Northway alone. If we were to include other roadways, the number would be much higher. We're very lucky to have had the active participation of the Chamber, the Albany International Airport, in advancing for this improvement. In closing, I would like to thank all of you for your commitment to Colony. It's all of us working together that makes Colony such a bright, vibrant, successful community. I'm happy that 2017 proved to be a really great year for the town, and many more exciting projects are in the works. And we're really looking forward to continuing our success in 2018 and keeping the town of Colony the best place to call home. Thank you very much.